What's up, Cowboy Nation? Cowboy headquarters and America's team. And we're back. It's your boys. What's Up Wednesday? The Cowboy Huddle. Live, direct, and in effect. And here we come to you live with our crew. We got our crew coming on. We got one coming on right now. He's coming on, and here he is. 21 Armando 21 is in the house. So what's going on? Here we are. We coming to you live, guys. So what's up, everyone? We want to say thank you for being a part of this channel and following us and keeping up with what we do and what we say, because without you, none of this is possible. So let's give it up. Yeah. All right. So here we are. Everybody's back at work.
Back at work, man. Back at work.
Everybody's back at work, man, and back to doing the same routine. So let me formally introduce everybody. Right below me is 21 Armando 21, and right next to him is Dallas Cowboy Chris, aka the big fella, and right next to me is Allow Me to Butt In Sports. Yes, sir. What's going on, fellas? How we doing today?
What's going on? Geez, it's been a minute.
Yeah, man. Yeah, you know how it is, man. We got the gather.
I kind of felt the off season on that one. You know, I kind of felt it for a while there. We were going, we were, we were getting news, and then kind of died down a little bit. But you know, they say it's Cowboys football. It's right around the corner, man. This is the last month we'll be without football.
That's it. It seemed like it came around pretty fast, man. I kid you not. It seems like it came around pretty fast. So, real quick, guys, if y'all, all the subscribers and all those that's watching this video right now, if you notice right up in the right-hand corner, right over there next to the roof, that is our QR scan code for you as men and women, where I need everybody to hold them up. You can purchase your own Cowboy Huddle Thermal. And I'm sure that 21 Armando 21 could tell us how durable it is. How durable is it? Is it, Mondo?
It's durable. I done dropped it like 3 or 4 times already. It's rolling.
Yeah, man, y'all make me feel bad, man, because I left mine in the kitchen. Everybody had it on cue too, and I was like, yeah, I got my other cup.
Yeah, so we can truly.
I'm gonna do better.
No, well, yeah, you all right. We know you got one, brother. We know you got one. So we want to share with you guys, so you too can also have this Cowboys thermal, and I call it thermal because my experience was I left it in my car with my beverage in it, and I said, "Come on, it's no way." So I'm gonna take a sip of it, and I did like this here, Chris. I was like, and I was like, my beverage was still cold.
Hey, man, that's when you know you got something legit. You know, if it's still cold, you leave it in the car in Texas. It's still
real
cold.
Talk, man.
That is Texas.
I am so serious. So again, if you guys are interested, we also have the female version, or we have the one with the pink where the Cowboy Huddle is in pink. We have a few of our lady subscribers that actually have these mugs as well. So again, if you're interested,
breast cancer awareness, right?
Yes, that is definitely what this is about, breast cancer awareness. But if you want, you can also just scan that QR code up there. There will be a email address, and you email the person that's in charge and let them know what you want, and she will get back with you and get you taken care of.
Now, I see you, G.
Who?
I said, I see you. We're getting into QR codes and everything now.
Hey, I'm trying to get our merch out there, man. I'm trying to just forget it. So.
Hey, being all fancy and shit.
I'm telling you. Bad and bougie. Look at you, hey? Okay.
Yeah, man.
Is that what it is, Armando? Bad and bougie.
We on to something, man. We are on to something. So that's Cowboy Babe. Cowboy Babes, she's also has her own personal mug. So yeah, man, we appreciate. Hello, Cowboy Babes 22. She's in the house. So that's what's going on.
Always.
Yeah, we got C Montano, DJ Kai, our boy, One Star One Family in the house. What's up?
One family, definitely in the house.
Yeah. Pete said, check it out. Pete said, need that when that 115 is hitting you, and you already know how it hits here in Texas already, man. Real
That
tough.
song is burning.
Yeah. So that's what's up, man. So, man, listen, man. Here we are, guys. Again, do us a favor. Make sure you hit the subscribe button if you haven't subscribed. Again, we want to thank everybody for being a part of this channel. So here we are. So let's go right into this real quick. Let's talk about something, guys, and something I'm not gonna hold everybody too long. So I don't know. We have a former, and this is credit to the Blogging the Boys, Chidobe Awizie gives his view on the difference between the Cowboys and the Cincinnati Bengals mentality. So basically, it was told, they was asked a question: what's the difference between the two teams? So Chidobe said, "We get to work,
Lewis in the house,
you know, and you have to get to work." I can hear you, Mondo.
Man, my bad. I'm over here giving shout outs. I'm over here on TikTok giving shout outs. That's my bad, girl.
It's called mute the mic.
So you know that thing picks up everything, bro. That thing picks up everything.
That's that $100 mic he got there. So, but anyway, so Chidobe was asked the question, what's the difference between the two teams? And Chidobe had stated that we get to work. You know, you have to get to work, and we have to do our job the best we can. And I learned that very quick, that it don't take much to form a winning football team. So he goes on to say, yeah, I know it. He goes on to say also, he says, quote, we don't have an indoor, but it all goes back to that blue collar mentality. That's the kind of person I am. So Dallas Cowboy Chris, what you make of that?
So is Chidobe saying that the Bengals work harder than the Cowboys? Is that what he's saying?
Well, I think he said they're not as bougie as the Cowboys. Well, that's what I'm hearing.
Okay, well, and that's the case. That's definitely true. I mean, because it's kind of like playing for the Yankees. Okay, it's kind of like the Cowboys. Or you playing for the Lakers or the Celtics? Look, man, when you put on that uniform, you get a different entourage. Remember the Bulls in the 90s? They couldn't go nowhere, right? You know, it's just that thing. So, man, it's just like now, if you play on a team with LeBron or you play on the team with Antetokounmpo, you know, all these people, man. But the Cowboys have just been ingrained in America's mindset since 1960. So it is what it is. Armando is called mute. So it is what it is, man. You know, think about it. Cincinnati ain't even the main team in Ohio. They're not. I mean, if you think about it, they're not. Okay, so I mean, it's gonna be Ohio State first, then it's gonna be Cleveland, then Cincinnati.
Ooh.
You know that. We all know that.
Yeah.
Okay, but you can't come to Texas and anybody. The Cowboys ain't behind nobody in Texas.
That's true.
Nobody. Okay,
so, and the Houston Texans, Houston Texans what?
Yeah, you know, and then that's another thing. I told you, I lived in Texas my whole life. I only met one Houston Texans fan in my whole life. So, hey, my whole life, one. So, I'm not taking shots at the Texans, but, you know, people in Texas don't think about the damn Texans unless you live in Houston. If you live in Houston, you think about them, okay? But other than that, you know, and I like the Texans fans that like to take shots at the Cowboys. It's fun to me. I was like, bro, I didn't know y'all had a team. Every time I think of Houston, I think of the Cougars.
When they try to, you know, jab at you, and you're just like, come down.
I'm like, it's kind of like, you know, you in high school and your baby brother just started walking, and he want to fight you.
Yeah. And you push him down. You keep pushing him down.
You know, that's how I consider the Texans. No shade, Texans. I'm sorry. I apologize. I went a little too far. I apologize. I'm so
wow.
So you guys are from Texas, so we love you guys.
Yeah, y'all are from Texas. Y'all the little brother.
Hey man, somebody on TikTok say Houston got a team.
Damn, that's terrible. That is terrible.
Man. Hey, but it's one content creator on TikTok, man, Diggity. You know, he a big Texans fan, man, and he put out some real good content, man. I said, bro, I love your content, but it's kind of like it's defeated because who watches it? I mean, you talk about the Texans. I'm like, okay,
No, but I like his stuff too. I think I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, Diggity, man, he got some nice content,
bro. He's really funny. And I mean, hey, I tell you this, at least he ride or die though. He ride or die. He's been here since the debacle last year before. Like he's been around. Like he's been doing this thing. So I'll give him that at least. He's not one of the dudes that's hopping around.
Yeah. So, Rue, what do you think about that comment, Chidobe? Oh, is he here?
Honestly, man, he need to concentrate on doing what he need to be doing on the field. That's why he's not here anymore. So it's funny how quickly we forget, because before Joe Burrow, there was a quarterback carousel running through that organization. Before Joe Burrow, it had been 30 years since they'd sniffed anything like a Super Bowl. Mm-hmm. So it's, there's a lot that goes into it, more than just the quarterback, obviously, but these guys have been irrelevant in their own state, like Chris said, for a long time. So it's like, I'm gonna take with what he said with a grain of salt. Obviously, he's gonna hype up his own team. He's been here before. It's easy to say that there's more glitz and glam in Dallas. Obviously, yeah, we know there is. And there's a bigger spotlight. There's a bigger crowd. There's a bigger noise. Not everybody can handle it, and it is what it is.
Facts. So, DJ Kai said this. He said one thing about the Cowboys: our Cowboys have hell of a distraction and eyes on them all the time. Micah's bringing accountability back to the Cowboys. I agree with that. What do you think, Mondo? You agree with that?
Definitely agree. I think Micah's out there, man. Hey, he wants to win chips. He's talking about it. This man, his mentality is let's win. I feel like I low-key feel like Micah's a sore loser probably. He's probably a sore loser, so
he don't like to lose.
But don't you want a team full of sore losers?
Oh, I love that.
I want a whole team full of them.
Yeah. I'm a sore loser, man. I hate losing. So definitely, I think that accountability is coming back, and man, it's these Cowboys, man. That's that's that big bright star right there. Of course, it's gonna shine.
Yeah. I mean, I like that. So yeah, that's and it's the Cowboys. We know it's the Cowboys, and people hate to admit it, but that's who we are. But so did y'all hear about this one? This is credited to Heavy Sports Channel or something. Reported that former Cleveland Brown Pro Bowler Kareem Hunt could be the perfect Cowboy RB2 along Tony Pollard. So Rue, let's start with you. What do you think about that, man? Is it possible? Would you like that idea, or what?
Who did you say?
Damn.
Kareem Hunt.
Kareem Hunt.
So it's a possibility that they're mentioning that Kareem Hunt could probably be picked up by the Cowboys, and
I mean, dude, Kareem Hunt is a solid 2. Loved his work in Cleveland. Kareem Hunt is a solid number 2 running back. He's got burst, he's got strength, he's got goal line speed, he can catch out of the backfield, he can block. Like Kareem Hunt is solid. There's still a lot of bodies in that running back room. Obviously, if you acquire somebody like Kareem Hunt, you're gonna say goodbye to a few of those guys, or a couple of those guys, but Kareem's not very expensive either. He's been a backup for a minute. He's been sitting behind. I don't know what he's looking for in terms of what his market's going to bring, but he's been around for a while. But I still feel like he's definitely got a lot of legs left. He's been sitting behind Nick Chubb for a minute, and that has been a hell of a combination. I mean, you watch both those guys; they can both explode at any moment. So Kareem Hunt is definitely interesting if you can get him for the right price. I mean, obviously he's free agent, so it just all depends on the number. But that shores up your backfield pretty securely. And to imagine him and Pollard together, like the more I think about it now, like damn, that's kind of lethal. I don't know. I really like that.
Yeah. So who do you push out if you had Kareem Hunt? That's what I want to know.
You got some guys that are pretty young that are in there, but you got some guys that you've had for a minute.
Yeah.
It's obviously going to come down to Rico, Malik. I I would assume you drop somebody like that. I can't imagine you're dropping
Rojo. Yeah, Rojo is in there
Rojo,
too.
maybe Rojo. Because I mean, if you had Kareem, why do you need Rojo?
Yeah,
I like Rojo, man.
I don't know.
Yeah, what do you think about that, big fella?
Man, I have been a fan of Kareem Hunt since he was in Kansas City. Okay, remember they let him go when he had the little problems off field and everything. And when he went to the Browns, I was like, man, how is he gonna get on the field with Chubb, right? Dude, it was a perfect marriage. You see what he did to us when the Cleveland came down here. I think he had like 100 yards rushing before he got.
Yeah.
You know, look, the man can catch out the backfield. He can pass, protect. He can do it all. He can run. He run hard. Him and Zeke got a similar running style, but he's a little faster. But my whole thing is like this, man. I love my running back room. That would upgrade it. But my whole thing is, man, I do want to see Deuce on the field this year. Okay, if Kareem Hunt gets here, Deuce ain't gonna touch the field. I'm telling you now, because he's gonna be the third down back. He was the third down back in Cleveland. Okay. And then he was going to take the place of Tony Pollard, what Tony Pollard was doing, the relief. So
right.
I'm both G. I like it, but then I don't like it because I really want to see Deuce on the field.
Right. How you feel about that, Mondo?
I'm with Chris. I like it, but I don't like it. I like our backfield right now. I feel like our backfield is going to be like super underrated because nobody knows what's coming out the back right now. That's what everybody's wondering. Okay, everybody wants to see this run game. So I'm excited for it. I want to see with the talent that we have now, what we just Rojo, we got, Deuce, Pollard leading the way. I want to see this backfield. I want to see what it looks like. I'm excited for it. So like Chris says, obviously Kareem Hunt, who wouldn't mind it? But I like this backfield right now. Do we go after him? I don't think so. I'm not for it. I like this backfield, and I'm excited to see what it does.
Right.
Is that gonna be that spot that we talk about all season? Are we gonna be sitting
running back
like just like last year, where it was all about wide receiver like all year? Are we gonna be sitting here week 1?
Yeah, I think that's
running back.
That's the biggest
is that what's gonna happen?
It's the biggest conversation because
like this is just pushing in that direction.
We're in an unknown right now. Nobody knows, We know we're going to run the ball. We know that. But what it's going to look like under Mike McCarthy, because, we still have Dak and, everybody's all Dak needs to get, Dak. So, we still have Dak, obviously. So, what's this run game going to look like? So it's the unknown. But I think that's the big conversation.
It's definitely going to be competitive. I can definitely tell you that it's going to be competitive. Now, I like that. I like the fact that it's going to be competitive. But here's a question. Z Money asked a question. Big fella, how worried are you about the Cowboys O-line?
How worried am I? I'm not worried. Huh?
Go ahead.
I said I'm not worried at all, man, because they telling me Steele is ahead of schedule. But that was my biggest concern is Terrence Steele. Okay, because when he got hurt last year, man, our offensive line went because when you start having to mix and match, just because when Tyler went and played left tackle, it was fine. Okay, but when Steele got hurt, okay, and then you trying to put Tyron over there that you saw, man. Why was I rewatching the Tampa Bay game? Right, I rewatched it. Right, I know I'm dying for football. Right, so I was rewatching the Tampa Bay, and I was really watching the offensive line. Right, I was like, Tyron is getting his ass. He keep getting his ass. That's my first read, Gary. Like you're offensive guy too. Your first read is your quarterback play and your running back. Mine is offensive line. Because I want to see why Dak running for, why somebody miss a hole or something like that. So right now, all the reports are saying everybody on the offensive line is healthy. That include Tyron Smith. Steele is ahead of schedule because I thought he was going to start the season on the PUP list, and they saying no, he's starting. Okay, so that's great news. Okay,
yeah.
So I think we're going to be be good, man, because the rookie, Tyler, this is your number 2. You know, he had a great rookie season. So I expect him to be even better, right? Yeah. With him being even better this year and both tackles are there and ready to go, I am not worried at all about our offensive line, G. It's just a healthy game. You remember when the Eagles got good last year because their offensive line was dominant and they didn't miss a game until the end of the year, and that's when Lane Johnson got hurt, okay? But he came back for the playoff and they continued their dominance. That's what we need from the Cowboys. We need everybody on the offensive line to stay healthy and protect Dak Prescott, and we'll be fine, man. Then all the little Dak haters and everybody will miraculously disappear, you know, and then they'll say, oh, man, he's been great all this time. Okay, where were you last year? But it's a consequence to everything. The offensive line went down. That got bad. Things happen. We lose, blah, blah, blah. So that's my thought. I think they're fine, but
but what's the depth looking like on the O-line?
Well, depth, everybody young. Remember they drafted the kid from North Carolina, right? He played tackle, but they talking about moving him into guard. But I'm thinking, okay, if you're gonna put him in at guard, I mean, who is he gonna back up? Zach, or is he gonna back up Tyler?
Awesome.
I don't know, but my whole thing is, man, as many bodies that we can get that actually can play football, because we don't know how long Tyron is going to play. You know what I mean? So I think they did that. So just in case they got to put Tyler back out there, they can put the rookie at guard.
Yeah. So, Ru, how you feeling about? Are you worried about this offensive line?
Listen, when it comes to offensive line and depth, there isn't a single organization in the NFL that's got like an immense amount of depth on the O-line. The O-line is a tough spot to play in. The good thing is most of those guys last with you throughout the season. And from what we have right now, most of our line is, or some of our line is relatively young in terms of what you have. But in depth, we have a lot of young pieces. You have Willetsko, you have McGovern, you have these guys that are waiting in the wing just in case something would happen to Tyron or to anybody that you're looking at in terms of having to replace on that line. I don't foresee anything with Zach Martin, knock on wood, just because he's given me so much for so long. Like, I'm not really worried about Zach Martin. I'm not worried about Tyler Biadasz. He's had some great runs throughout these last few seasons. He's definitely come into his own as our center. When you're looking at Tyler, I feel like this could be that jump for him. If he actually gets to stay in that left tackle spot, you could see him make that leap into like a Pro Bowl caliber player. So as long as these guys stay healthy, yes, I understand that there's concerns with the depth. You did add Chomo. You did draft another one in this last draft, but nobody has like an immense amount of depth on the O-line. It's not just some position that's plug and play. This is how it looks on most places, and it could be a lot worse than what you're looking at with here. When it comes to Tyron Smith, I'm hoping for 10 games. That'd be great.
Yeah, that would be great.
Solid games out of Tyron Smith. I'd be really, really happy about that.
How you feel about Tyron Smith going into preseason and all that?
If they know anything, which they should know better than to work him too hard in these early on. I have a hard time thinking that he's just going to be going lights out. You know, he's going to be carrying Dak's helmet. You know, it's going to be nostalgic more than anything.
He'll be carrying Dak's helmet.
He did last year, him and they do it every year. They grab his helmet, they walk him out.
That's funny.
It's like the armed guard, man. The armed guard, the whole line, they walk out their quarterback. They line up front. It's like they're the bodyguards, man. It is what it is. It's just that's their job.
Well, you're right. But G, I got a question for you, G. I got a question for you.
What you got, buddy?
Who is the key on the offensive line? Who do you think, if we can't roll with this person going out, who is that person for you that we can't?
You know, oh my gosh, man, it would have to be. I would say probably Zach, man.
Zach.
If Zach goes down, Zach Martin goes down, knowing that because Tyron
is not overrated or underrated.
You're saying who is the guy that could
That would scare me.
Hinder the offensive line? Yeah, that is scary, Rue. Is that what you're saying? If they were to miss some games, or is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I would. Yeah. If one person offensive line that go down.
Yeah. Ooh, that's a hard one. But I'm gonna say if Zach Martin goes down, man, that could be ugly. Because I think the reason I say it because I know we can slide Tyler Smith out to the tackle position if Tyron Smith goes down. And we can always bring who's the kid we got? We brought a new guy in at the guard position from Atlanta. I can't think Adobe or Aduba.
Yeah, from Atlanta. Right?
Yeah, so I'm okay with that side, but if Zach goes down and if Phil hadn't made it back, I think that probably can hurt us pretty bad.
Yep.
I think so. What do you think? What do you think, Mondo?
Man, I don't know, man. Who do we have in Biadasz, man? Biadasz is looking good, man. I've been seeing his workouts and stuff, and this dude he's working, man. So I think Biadasz is that centerpiece, man. That's a tough spot to miss.
Yeah. Andrea said Martin, he is the heart of the line. He is, and we lose him. That line suffers. I agree too.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah, I really do. I
mean, because man, if you think about it, man, he's just been the stable, but just a constant all-pro, from day one. Okay, and if you just look at his stats, man, I know it's offensive line stats ain't pretty, but he don't give up sacks, he don't give up penalties, and he play every damn game, every game.
He's a Hall of Famer.
Yeah, so hey, put it like this. We almost drafted Manziel over that man.
We did. And I was actually upset. I was upset. I mean, I fit.
So you got a future Hall of Famer at guard, and we would have had Manziel in here for 2 years.
Yeah, I know it. That's crazy. So yeah, that was a great pick, man. Big shout out to Will McClay, man. Will McClay has a nose for talent, man. And the guy hadn't failed us yet. I mean, he's batting 500 for a fact, man. So, big ups to him for finding the talent and bringing these guys in, man. So, I mean, you can't say enough about Will McClay, but the guys is definitely big time for the Dallas Cowboys. So guys, did y'all hear about this one as well? Cowboys veteran in danger of being cut before 2023. Can y'all even think of somebody that's a veteran that could be cut before the season start? Can you think of anybody right off the back, Rue?
Man, I'm trying to think.
Boss man Fat.
Hell, he not even a veteran yet. He ain't got a leather jacket yet.
He been on the team for 3 years. He don't let him.
He got about 5 reps.
Hey, Rue, I didn't mean to butt in with your question though, but I'm thinking the reason I said that is because our defensive back room is deep right now, and and Jordan Lewis is gonna start on the pup list, but when he come back, who they gonna cut?
That's been a big question.
Boss ain't gonna be here through the summer, I don't think.
Unless he's special teams. Unless he's special teams, it's possible. But I don't see him. They even starting to put him. They're working him out at safety now, man. So, it's getting to that point to where they're trying to find a spot for Boss Man, and don't look like this. Things are working out for him. So, we still have Nashawn Wright. That's another one that Deron Bland. So it's a lot of depth, man, as far as with the DBs, man. But the person they were talking about, they was actually talking about Neville Gallimore could be cut before the season starts.
Wow.
He's in his last season. So
are we that busy on the D-line where we're going to cut a guy like Neville Gallimore?
Yeah, we're busy. We got Quentin Bohanna, we got Osa, we got Mozzie Smith, we got Golston. We have him. He's in there. We brought Alarcon, which he might be the one. He might be the man.
Hey, you gotta remember they did drafted the other Fahoko too. So
Yep.
Hey, but they've been talking about Neville, man, for the last 3 months. Something happened. Something happened the end of the season, man, because Neville was actually starting. Okay. Well, and then all of a sudden he fell out of favor. He kept being deactivated, right? And I was like, I was a big Neville fan. I was like, man, Neville was making some plays inside with Odigizua and everything. I was appreciating it.
Disappear. I don't know what.
Dude, the last 5 games he literally disappeared, and then that's when these comments start coming up. Or the Cowboys are going to release him, and I was like, I think he pissed some people off in the room, bro. And I mean, because you don't become a starting defensive tackle to not even dressing out, being deactivated, and you ain't hurt. So, something else happened.
Yeah, I think so. But that's competition on that D line, man. And somebody's gonna be the odd man. Kate said, a guy like Neville, he ain't the guy we think he is. I saw some flashes of Neville. I really did. I kind of like Neville. I was a fan of Neville.
I liked him too, G.
But Osa came in and made a push on him. Osa did come in and Neville was out because he was injured, things of that nature. But yeah, like you say, Chris, something happened.
Hey, and I got a question for Rue. Okay, on that subject. Okay, Odigizua, I think he'll have a breakout year just because of Mozzie. Okay, because Mozzie's whole thing is gonna be stop the run. Odigizua can actually get to the quarterback. What you think about that, bro?
I've always been really high on Mozzie. I really expected that to come out of him last year, just with all the attention that was coming around Micah. But it's definitely possible to see this. I feel like the attention that's going to come from Mozzie being able to clog up the middle, somebody's going to get loose and free, and Osa could definitely be that guy. But if it's not him, man, my eye's still on Sam Williams. I feel like, and I know it's not the same spot, but it's with Sam. I just feel like he could really be the one to feast on this D line or in this defense, and just be the one that really creates that pressure for us. I just want to see them gobble up them runs, man. I really want to see them stop the run this year. Just how bad we were against the run, how porous we were. If you could shore up both sides on this defense, there's nothing that can stop us.
I agree with that. I really do. I think that makes a lot of sense too. And like I say, it's going to be competitive. It's going to be competitive. So it might be an odd man out. Andrew said he is like Wood, big guy, but didn't translate to stopping the run. That's bad.
We're talking about depth on that O-line. If you saw Cowboys beat in there, talking about Asim Richards. He's an O-lineman.
Richards, I saw that.
North Carolina. And big boy.
Yeah.
Big boy. Got a lot of size to him. Huge kid.
That's something to see.
If he pans out, he got some depth. I mean, he's a Mac Brown guy, so I'm always going to give him a little clap. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm so proud of Mac. Actually getting
Mac, man.
Hey, actually getting a player to the league. I'm so proud of him getting a player to the league.
I used to curse Mac, man. I really did. I really used to curse Mac. And
Mac got you a championship, bro.
I take back everything I ever said about Mac.
Mac got you a championship.
Except for the Chris Sims stuff. I don't think I can forgive him for Chris Sims, but I guess it is what it is sometimes.
Yeah. Kate said we're going big boys at D-line in the middle on early downs and switch the middle guys on third and long. Yeah, I can see that. I mean, that's Dan Quinn. Dan Quinn, he believes in rotating. He's gonna have enough D linemen to do whatever the play calls out for. So I can see that. And one thing about it, he does rotate his guys in. He's gonna keep fresh legs in the game. If it's third and long, you're gonna see more pass rushers, and then short yardage, you're gonna probably see more run stoppers.
I do gotta say something though, because I couldn't believe I was on earlier. I forget whose TikTok live it was. It's somebody, a Kansas City fan, young kid, Kansas City fan, had a bunch of people on the live. I don't know where all these guys were from. There was a San Francisco fan in there for sure, and then there were some other guys from some other places. Maybe there was an Eagles fan, but I'm not totally sure. There was just a bunch of randos in there. I was just in there just goofing around. And I'm literally having to justify this defense, man. You got people that really don't understand the depth that we have in our secondary in terms of like, or just don't believe in it, or it's just straight haterade because it's like they don't believe that Diggs is that man. Gilmore's washed up now. Gilmore's a Cowboy, so he's washed up, old, and retired. Our safety room is apparently old. Like, who are these guys in your safety room? And I'm just like, are you serious? I have one of the best safety rooms in the league. Not to mention who I've got playing at nickel. And both those guys are good. I got Jordan back. I got Bland. I mean, and when you really look at it as a whole, and the fact that I have arguably, and when I said, and really what choked me up, when I said that I had arguably the best player on the defensive side of the ball in the entire league, and I got laughed at. I'm like, really? So y'all know better than Vegas? Because Vegas has Micah Parsons favored as the as the favorite to win Defensive Player of the Year, and it's just like I don't even I think of myself as relatively biased when I look at this team as a whole because I want to win. You know, I don't excuse them for their faults. I don't excuse them for like ridiculous things that I think that they do at times, but it's like, when you're looking at these people looking on the outside looking in, it's like, man, y'all really think that it's just like media hype or whatever. Y'all ain't really watching these things, are you?
No.
It drives me nuts.
No.
It drives me nuts. And the fact that I'm having to justify it for this defense is absolutely crazy to me. Because the defense is insane.
Ru, I feel your pain, man. Why do you think I do the trivias and the questions of the day for the Cowboys? Just to keep them factual, keep them knowledgeable about our team, because everybody's perspective of a Cowboy fan is acting like we don't know football. That's number one. Okay. So I do this to say, hey man, we know a lot about our team, more than you do and more than Stephen A. Smith on and ESPN on NFL Network, and all that crap. But look, man, it's a part of it. I used to get really frustrated, Ru, when you hear that nonsense, and you be like, all you do is open your eyes. Now, I understand you hate the Star. I understand it. It is what it is. Most hated and most loved team in the NFL. It is what it is, okay? But don't spit ignorance. Or if you come at me with some knowledge, you know what I mean? To back up your ignorance,
And don't get me wrong. Like, I might over-exaggerate a little, or I might flabbergast a little. Like, I shouted out a stat. I was like, y'all over here giggling at me about this defense. This defense held quarterbacks to under 200 yards through the first 8 weeks of the year. And everybody was like, oh, okay, whatever. And then, like, I guess we were on there for a minute, and somebody Googled it. And when somebody Googled it, they were like, let's check your little stat about the 200 yards. And he went through it, and I was like, cool. You found 2 games out of the 8 that I said that are over 200, and it's only 212 from Tom Brady and 225 from Jared Goff. Everybody else, Joe Burrow being one of those, were under 200. And bro, most of those are wins. I can't remember what we were throughout first 8 weeks of the season, but I know it wasn't a losing record. We finished at 12-3 or 12-5.
Yeah.
So it's just
well,
when you say it out loud and when you tell them, it's just like, oh, then they poke holes in it, right? But everybody was running on you. I'm like, you can say that if we were like 500 throughout the year, or if we were losing games and people were running all over us. Fine, they couldn't run, but they could. They couldn't throw, but they could run. But were they winning the games running the ball? When we forced them to throw, what happened? Led the league in turnovers, winning these freaking ball games. You're trying to poke holes in my defense, and it's trying to make it seem like we're crazy. Because I think this defense is going to be a top 5, top 3, top 2 defense, top defense in the league.
Yes.
And
yes.
Yeah. It's their problem. We're averaging 125 yards against us on the ground throughout the season. That's insane. And still managed to win 12 games. 4 of which without our quarterback.
Yeah.
20 point game winning ball games, and I'm over here having to justify my defense.
You don't have to, because you're talking to haters. And haters is not going to admit to the truth, and that's just it. Even if it's on paper, they'll find something. Remind me of somebody.
I remember last year all they kept talking about was how many yards were allowed by Trayvon Diggs.
Yeah. So
next season, everyone shut that down last season, and
so it's just one of those deals. But again,
Andreas brought up something funny. If you look at Andreas' stat, he brought up something real funny, and I wanted to talk. I was just hoping somebody was going to bring this up because I've been talking about this, and this is.
Which one is that? Which one are you talking about?
The third comment up from Andreas Romero.
Did you see the
Joy Taylor take? I didn't see the Joy Taylor take. That I didn't see. I don't know about the Joy Taylor take, but I can imagine what she said. It was probably what everybody else said about the interceptions and Dak's falling off and blah, blah, blah. Like, that's just this washed up old hag quarterback and whatever. I don't know what she said. So I have no idea. I could be wrong. I could be right. I have no idea. I'm completely guessing. But when it comes to Josh Allen, you know what Josh Allen can't say? Josh Allen can't say that more than half of these interceptions that came from him came from receivers that were coming from tip balls or from guys just being in the completely wrong place. Josh can't really say that. You know what Josh can say? Josh can say almost half those interceptions came in the red zone. That's what Josh can say.
Right.
And I said it a few weeks ago about these Bills. I'm telling you, Bills, 8, 9 wins, 10 wins at the most. But I'm really thinking
hot take.
9 wins. I really think they're going to be hovering around 500. I hot take Packers before last season. I feel the same way about the Bills. There's too much turmoil. There's too much chaos. There's too many things going on. Your number one receiver wants to leave, and behind him, you all know that Gabriel Davis, that was just like, we don't know.
Yeah. So that's
not looking good in Buffalo. I can tell you that much.
So what do y'all 21? What do you think about that comment, man? Wait a minute, let me pull it back up. So about what Joyce Taylor is saying about Dak isn't talented enough. What I mean,
hey, we all know what it is. Dak is the let's hate this guy target. That's the target, the main target right now. And you got everybody sees it. We see it all over media, and even in the social media. Dak is, but what has I want to know how many trophies Josh Allen has because at the end of the day, they have 0. Both of them have 0. So.
And
what do you think, big fella?
Well, I stopped watching that trash show when Shady McCoy did his thing said about Dak and everything. And also I made a TikTok about Joy last year about, she's just done with, I'm a Cowboy fan, but I'm just done all it. Look, if you're a Cowboy fan and you done with them, you never were as a Cowboy.
That's right.
That's number one. That's number one. She said she was a Cowboy fan.
I thought she was a Dolphins fan.
She is now. Okay.
Yeah, Dolphins fan now.
Yeah. But she said she was a Cowboy fan. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So to me, man, you know who the clickbaits are. The clickbaits are the Cowboys.
Yeah.
Okay. Kansas City Chiefs won the Super Bowl last year. Who are they talking about to get ratings? The Dallas Cowboys.
Fact.
Because they know the nation want to talk about the Cowboys. They don't even want to talk about the Super Bowl champions. The Super Bowl champions is the Kansas City Chiefs. But on this national TV, you want to talk about Dak Prescott with him being done and this and that.
Yeah.
All I got to do is say, man, sit back and wait.
So, and that's so true because, and I think that's why I like, I did a recording about Mike McCarthy. But, I think now Mike McCarthy is going to develop Dak into the quarterback he needs to be. We know he's a 4th round draft pick, but Mike McCarthy said, if I'm going to go out, let me do it my way. And then bringing in Scott Tolzien as a quarterback coach, which was a backup to Aaron Rodgers, which played for Mike McCarthy. So now they know the verbiage. They're on the same page. Then you bring Mike Solari in, and then you take the lineman coach to put him at the running back as a running back coach. So then you got Brian Schottenheimer. So they're gonna put Dak in better position to be more successful. So I see this working. But Joy, she's not gonna research that because she's just a hater, and whoever else, Shady McCoy, same way. But unless you do the research and you really look into the depth, like us, we're Cowboy fanatics. We're going to research. We're going to dig deep to find out what facts are, which they're not going to do that. But I think what we have in place now is going to solidify this offense, and it's going to balance with the defense. So I'm not worried about if Dak's talent enough, because I see Mike McCarthy doing some things that's going to put Dak in great position. That's just where I see it.
Gary, do you think as Cowboy fans, we just should be used to the clickbaitness of because everybody want to create a story that's not a story. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a story that's not a story. The man had a bunch of interceptions last year. All of a sudden, he's the worst quarterback ever. He's the worst. Okay, if Dak was on any other team, he's a top 10 quarterback, man. He just need help. But he played for the Cowboys. He the worst thing ever.
Yeah.
And then that falls in line with the Cowboy fans talking about him too. And I know you in the room, Super Cowboy. You one of them too. You don't like Dak Prescott. You thought I didn't know. I remember that. I know. But anyway, I just want the real Cowboy fans, man, be patient with your damn quarterback.
Yeah, that's it. Exactly.
So you had to be patient with Troy Aikman.
Well, we did. We did. We was patient with Jason Garrett for 9.5 years.
Yeah.
So that was another subject. Okay, Lane said this Dak's year to prove himself. If we fail, he should. Man, you can't trade him. That's too much money. Dak is here for the long haul. I hate to say it. I mean, that's what $60 million that Dallas would have to eat.
So man, think about it like this. You can answer this question, Lane. Any top 15 quarterbacks have been traded in the last 20 years. Okay, they ain't been traded. They was either free agents, okay, or they was drafted. They don't trade for quarterbacks, bro. And you can't count the kid from the Rams that went to the Lions. Okay,
Jared Goff,
because Jared Goff wasn't a top 10 quarterback.
Yeah.
So but any other, like a real quarterback, ain't no trades because the money is too high. No one, you got to move too much stuff around. That hey, Gary already said it. He heard till that contract is out.
Yeah, it's a wrap. Hey,
and that Dak kid is so deep that they're putting Jared Goff on top of their Dak right now.
I saw that.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool, man. Like I say, it is what it is. That's great. But again, when it comes to Dak, and big kudos to Todd France, Dak's agent, because he made that work to where they cannot move Dak. They can't move. They can, but it'll hurt him in the long run. So Todd France, big shout out to him, man, because he did his thing with that contract. Good grief. And that's a thorn in the Cowboys' side, so they just got to eat that one, man. So
it is what it is.
It is what it is.
I'm like you, G. Man, we talked about this before, man. I don't trip that football players make that money. Okay, you got to get it while you can, because you'll be out the league just like that. Okay, right. So everybody was talking about Zeke, how much money he made. Zeke saw the writing on the wall. He knew what happens. Running back life don't live long in the NFL. You better get what you can get. So hey, everybody hold out. Shit, get more money.
So Cade said something here. Fleabug, you see that head coach just told Dak to sling. What is that? Can you pull that one up? Dak to sling it and not wait for wide receivers to get open, because they can't get open other than see. Well, and that is so, oh man, that all went hand in hand. True enough, they were saying that we was 4th leading in running curl routes last year.
Really?
We was 4th.
That's not even.
Dude, I ain't never seen no stat like that. They went deep. They went deep.
They were 4th in running the most.
They want to check routes.
So when you say that, that was some of the problem, man. To where it made Dak have to throw in tight windows, because Kellen Moore, for whatever reason, he loved those curl routes. It'll be before the first down marker, or it never was for the first down, and so it made it hard for Dak to throw in those tight windows when you got 3 out of 4 receivers running curl routes. So I think that's where again, when I said Mike McCarthy.
Gary, before you move on, who came up with that stat, bro?
Huh?
Who
No, that's real. That is the real stat, man. Kellen Moore.
I'm saying, who came up with the stat?
I have to pull it up, but that's so true. We was ranked 4th in running the most curl routes.
Bro, that's some research. I'm not gonna sit there and watch film, see how many curl routes we did.
Everybody did, not just us.
Yeah, everybody. Think about it, guys. That we ran a hell of a lot of curl routes. We really did.
Bro, now you're gonna make me go back every game and count curl routes.
Do it, because I would want to know if that is actual facts. But I know the guy that reported that said we ranked 4th running the most curl routes. Damn.
I don't know who number 1. But I tell my corners, we sitting on every route.
And and that's what they were saying, that I don't think it was CFO Sports. I don't know if it was him, but I'm not gonna put that on him. But it was a very well-known content creator that brought that up.
Was it Law
yeah, and so that hurt Dak as well. When you got to throw in tight windows and there's no rub route, there's no crossing routes. We did not run. How many times did we even run the screenplay?
We did.
How many?
Yeah.
I know Tony Pollard scored on one, man. I think it was against the Chargers. Screenplay, but
yeah, we broke those tackles.
It's very rare, man. I be calling for it too.
That was 2 seasons ago.
Exactly.
Yeah, about to say, I don't think that happened last year.
Yeah, it didn't happen the season past.
No, we played the Rams last year.
Who?
Did we play the Rams? Did we play the Rams? So it was against the Rams. It was last year.
So 5
against the Rams. I said Chargers. It was the Rams.
Yeah, Fleabug, bring up Larry G comment. Out of all quarterbacks in Dak's draft class, Dak is still playing at a high level, and he is a 4th-round draft pick and beat Tom Brady. That is crazy because he got the star.
They wanted Paxton Lynch, bro, in that draft. They wanted Paxton Lynch.
Yep.
An XFL football player. That's who they wanted.
Yeah, I remember.
And Denver grabbed him.
Out of what was he, out of Kentucky?
Paxton was out of Cincinnati, wasn't he? Cincinnati?
I don't know what Paxton was.
The big tall kid.
Yeah, they wanted Paxton Lynch, bro.
Yeah, it was a possibility.
Denver went and got him.
Yeah, Denver jumped up in front of the Cowboys, so the Cowboys waited and one more round, and they drafted Dak Prescott.
Yeah,
the big fella keep receipts.
But Larry, you are correct about that. I mean, he is still balling. He's still playing at a high level. I agree with you. So I really think, man, again, when I just feel real comfortable with Mike McCarthy calling these plays with Brian Schottenheimer. That's going to make life easier for Dak. And that's what.
Well, hopefully, G, we don't be as predictable as we were last year.
We will. And that. Go ahead.
No, I was done with that. Yeah, I just, because even, us, we everybody here watch every down, every second of the game. And dude, I was sitting in the man cave one time and I tell you, this formation gonna run. Remember I told you the girl I ordered parts from, she said, Chris, I watched your TikTok and you was talking about kill, and they was gonna run. And they did. And she started smiling. She said, most people don't know that. I said, baby, I watch every second. Okay. So if I'm watching every second and they ain't getting paid for it, the other teams are watching every second too, and they know. Because as soon as Dak used to come to that line and he said, kill, I said, shit, we running the ball.
Yeah. Devin White said it. You remember Devin White, the linebacker from Tampa Bay, said we know what they're gonna do.
Yeah.
So that
was the first game, right?
Yeah, no, this was deep when I called it and I made the TikTok about it. She said, Chris, I watched your TikTok and then I watched the game Sunday, and she say Dak was screaming kill, and they ran the ball, and I thought about you. I was like, hey, babe, it is what it is, so it's just obvious.
Obvious. And that's, and so again, that helped hurt our offense as well because we were too predictable. So, and Killamore gave Dak Prescott major props. He said he's probably one of the best out there. And
you know what I didn't like about that though? he said what we all know. Dak is a good guy. He said what we all know. He said Dak is a good guy. He's a guy that's strong leadership. He said everything, but he didn't say nothing about his play. So that's what I was watching that interview and I was like, we know Dak is a good guy. You know, he's a podium
he's
guy.
One of the best. Yeah, he's one of the best guys out there. Yeah.
But you know, he didn't give us, you know, this guy knows how to read. This guy knows how to, you know, he didn't give us none of that. So I kind of like, I was thinking about that. I was like, I don't know if you guys caught that and what you guys think about that.
Yeah, G, can I have like 30 seconds to talk about Kellen Moore? Boy Wonder. I wasn't the biggest fan of Kellen Moore, but I didn't despise him like G. G can stand. You bring up the name and the back of the hair on G neck would stand up, and G would be so. You just his whole facial expression would change. But I can say this, okay? The time he was here, we did put up points, okay? Yeah. So, but we had to because our defense wasn't as good. The reason Mike McCarthy let Kellen Moore go is because situational situations. That's okay, right. Where he didn't adjust to the situation. Okay, yeah. When you know we should have run the ball, he threw the ball. When you know we threw the ball, he ran the ball. That's what the head coach was talking about. Okay. Yeah, we can score points, bro. But sometimes when we in control of the game and if something is working, you need to stick with that. Quit getting so damn cute all the damn time. What's up, Van? That's my homeboy. Quit getting cute all the time and play some football. Because, G, me and you are the same. If you busting them in the mouth, you keep doing what?
You keep busting them in the mouth. Like I want to bust Boy Wonder in his mouth.
He gone now, G. He gone.
Yeah,
he gone.
I know. So Z Money brought up, and we got about a couple of minutes. Z Money brought up a question. We can get into some of these questions, answer some of these questions real quick, guys. Let's get these guys a chance to ask these questions. Are we worried about CD getting hurt and us having no one? I guess you could say that about everyone wide receiving, though. Yeah, I mean, yeah, you're gonna worry. What do you think? What do you think, Mondo?
I mean, that's always a worry. That's your number one. But you know, we knock on wood, man, and hope, that's what we want our players to stay safe, especially during training camp and all that. But I think that this wide receiving core is a good core, man. We're good and we're set. We got some young talent. So, am I worried about CD getting hurt? Yes. Am I worried if, our progress would fall? Nah, I think we're good. I think we're good at wide receivers.
Yeah. All right, bring up another flip. Let's see what you got. What another question out there? Let's see what we got. Let's see. Bring up another one. You got one for us. Here's one right here. Andrea said it felt like a Madden playbook last year. Play calls and audibles.
That's what they call him, though. They call him joystick. That video.
Oh my gosh!
They call Kellen Moore joystick.
We'll do double pitchbacks and
he just out here. It's just a game.
He's out here putting Zeke on these loser covers, man. He literally put Zeke on his last. They put him on his ass for his last play, man. As a Cowboy, that's crazy.
Oh, that's crazy. That is. So, yeah, that is what it is. Here's one. See what you guys think about this. You guys see that rumor that Dallas looking to sign the kick returner Patterson. They already have 2 kick returners.
I'm assuming you're talking about Cordero.
Yeah, you're talking about Cordero
from Atlanta.
I ain't never heard that.
I haven't heard that one.
I heard it.
Yeah.
And to me, why? We don't need him. It'll be a wasted trade.
Yeah.
And not only that, kick return is dead. They're killing the kick return.
They're killing kick return. They're kicking it out the end zone. So, I mean, good. I wish we would do like what is that, XFL? That is sweet.
Oh, yeah. How they line them up 10 yards apart. And then
but at least they get to run the darn ball, man, because
right.
These guys are not even get a chance to run the ball out the end zone anymore, man. And you can't create the wedge anymore. Just, oh my gosh, football is just, I don't know, it's just different. Let's see.
That's a hot take on the cool. I'm trying to think.
What's that?
Cowboys receiver room is going to be the best receiver room in the NFC. Specifically, he said NFC. If I had to think about who's the best receiver room in the NFC right now, probably the Eagles, right? Like, probably. AJ Brown, Devonta Smith, Dallas Goedert, probably. I forget. They have that Quez Watkins kid too as their number 3.
I don't know. I think we probably got the best out there. We got probably one of the best out there. I don't know. I mean,
and I can't honestly, man. I can't count out San Francisco either. You got Deebo Samuel, Brandon Ayuk, George Kittle.
So here's the deal. Here's the deal with 49ers. Right there. Can Trey Lance get the ball to these guys? See, they got a new quarterback. It's going to take time.
I think they're already talking about Purdy over there.
Yeah, it might be Brock Purdy. It might not be Trey Lance.
Damn.
Yeah, they got to make a decision quick.
First round picks.
Yeah, they're going to have to make a decision quick because, I mean, good grief, first round pick still not playing yet. Oh, my God.
Well, I'm sure it's going to be a competition. I can only assume at this point it's going to be a competition. It's got to be, right? You gave this man up. You gave up 3 first round picks for this man. You tell me you're not going to have competition between him and your 7th round pick? Got to. Have to.
Damn.
Oh, we need to answer Van's question, and I got the answer for that. I mean, when Borkins got in trouble for beating up his girl, he basically, not gonna be in the league no more. Ask Rice. Okay. Yeah, when you have any domestic violence,
that's a joke. Van come with a joke. I gotta be.
I don't think that's gonna ever happen.
That gotta be a joke.
He hit his girl out of the league. That means once he hit her, he out the league. So remember, he was up in Seattle. Backing up Russell Wilson. And hey, I love him, TCU boy, but shit, you can't be hitting on women.
Yeah, brother. That comment. The Cowboys says Cowboys have 3,000-yard receivers as their top receiver. Don't sleep on Schoonmaker. Hey, I like Schoonmaker. I love Schoonmaker for what he did. I mean, I was scratching my head at first trying to figure out why.
I'm more excited about Jake Ferguson. I am more excited. If we're talking about offensive playmaker at tight end, I am more excited about Jake Ferguson.
Yeah.
Do y'all need me to sing the Michigan fight song for you?
No, see, that's why we can't bring it up because you always ruin it like that. Dang it. Why you try to give Michigan kudos and then this dude just got to rub it in your face.
Hey, man, I know the fight song. I wanted to sing it to you.
I know you do, man. I know you do. This guy here. And then you know what he said one time? We only got 3. We only got 3. But he going to make sure we know the 3.
All 3 of them. That game's over.
We're going to take a few more real quick. Okay, let's see. Here's a good one right here. Why MG was receiving number 3 with Cooper and CD, but watch Gallup eat on cornerbacks number 3 with that. I agree. When you got Brandon Cook in that slot that's going to take the top off, and Gallup goes back to his rare form, and then you got CD. See, CD got help now. Last year, he didn't have any help. I mean, what do you guys think about that? I mean, y'all agree with that?
I'm really excited to see what some of these young guys do, man. Because I love the addition of Brandon Cooks. It's not that I don't like the addition of Brandon Cooks. I'm worried about sustainability with Brandon Cooks. If I'm worried about anything with Brandon Cooks, and obviously his role is going to be not, he doesn't have to be that number 1 guy here. He's going to get some secondary coverage because CD's going to take most of the attention. Like, I get all that, but I really want to see these young guys step up because we have gotten a lot of speed on this team. And I've been saying this for a minute, just in terms of what I expect out of Dak Prescott this year, because you see it all throughout the comments, you see it all throughout social media, and it's all about what Dak Prescott does. Because according to everybody right now, Dak Prescott's like a 2nd tier, 3rd tier quarterback. He's out of the picture, out of the realm of possibility. When just last year, I was arguing with people that he's like on the fringe of top 10, and now I'm sitting here defending the guy. And it's driving me crazy because it's like, I don't know how you went from that last year, saw what you saw last year, and now all of a sudden he's just nobody. And I can't sit here and tell you that with what we're looking at in terms of these receivers, that Michael Gallup is, he's overlooked because his command on the field and what he brings to you, his ability to get up and get it.
But see, this is the thing, Rue. This is the thing also. Creativity, the lack of creativity by Boy Wonder. We had KT on the sideline, blazing speed. We could not create a package to get this man in the game. And when we did, it was the last play of the game.
And they knocked him on his ass too.
So, I think now Michael Gallup would be back in his rare form because of the play calling and the design of the plays to, create separation, things like that. So, no, I'm not sleeping on Michael Gallup. Michael Gallup's going to be a damn good compliment to Brandon Cook and CD. So, yeah, I'm excited to see him actually get back into rare form. Here's a question, man, and we'll go with you, Cowboy Chris. If you had to catch a pass over a corner, Joseph or Wright, or never watch another game, which corner are you picking? I hold my breath when they take the field. Excited for Scott though.
Well,
rookie we got.
I'm a Nahshon Wright fan. I am not a fan of Calvin Joseph. And one game did it for me, and that was the Jacksonville game when what's the name got hurt. Our starting cornerback last year. I can't think of his name.
Brown.
When Anthony Brown got hurt. You know how much we dogged out Anthony Brown, right? Soon as Kelvin Joseph get on the field, it's like Trevor Lawrence was Joe Montana in his prime.
Yeah.
Just throwing the ball on that. And we were just like, what in the hell is going on?
Yeah.
Dude, Kelvin Joseph lost that game against the Jags. Okay. So my whole thing is, man, I like Nahshon. Nahshon ain't gonna get on the field. The room is so deep, but I'd rather have that 6'4" cornerback.
Yes,
Calvin Joseph on the field.
Yeah, and we got Macklemore. What his name? Macklemore. You got him too. So he's bringing some. Noise too. This is for you, Rue. As OG Cowboy said, Jake Ferguson is not better than Schoolmaker. Schoolmaker is a better blocker and he's more athletic.
I didn't get that question. Why I didn't get that question?
Do what?
Because we already know what you think about.
Because you're going to be biased, and we're not going that route, okay? So, Rue, this question to you.
I'd love for Chris to answer this, but all I'm going to say to this is I haven't seen Schoonamaker on a NFL field. I've seen Jake Ferguson and the potential that he has. I'd love to see him with more opportunities, and I'm definitely not dogging Peyton Hendershot. Peyton Hendershot again is another one. I'm very excited to see. Like everybody talking about Schoonamaker because he was because we just picked him in the draft. I was always excited about the tight end room. We were talking about not drafting a tight end because of how excited we were about the guys that were already in this room.
True.
So whatever. Schoonamaker's your guy. Schoonamaker's your guy. Congratulations. I've seen these other two on NFL fields, and I've been impressed every time I've seen them with the ball in their hands. So I'm excited. I'm still excited for the guys that I was excited about before we drafted this guy. So
Hey, my whole thing is nowadays at tight end, if you 6'4", 6'5", and you run a 4.7, you play tight end in there. They the triplets. They all exact. They all are the exact same person. That's why we wasn't tripping that Dalton Schultz left. Because they all are the same. Did you?
They all look alike.
The forgotten man, Sean McKeon.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Did you miss Dalton Schultz when he got hurt last year? And you did. And then I say Dalton Schultz's days are numbered. He should have signed the damn contract, and he signed that free agent that tender. And I knew he was gone.
He should have signed the contract. But I will say this: I did miss him in the red zone. Because I just feel like Dak was really comfortable with him in the red zone, man. And that did show when he came back. Because he was scoring some touchdowns. He was doing his thing when he came back. But he was kind of in and out of it all season. But you're definitely right about the contract. He's playing for less money than he would have signed for back then right now. And he's playing in Houston. So it's like, you messed up, bro. You messed up. Drop the bag on that one, buddy.
Here's a good one, Armando. Need a first down, run behind the right side with Zach Steele and Schoonmaker. Going to be real good. And what do you think? What do you think about that, Mondo?
I like it. I mean, gonna run the damn ball, right? Man, that's gonna be
good. All right, one more. Let's get a couple more real quick. So, Wavy Hink says, "What's up, Wavy? We have a great defense. How many points per game do you think the defense will allow?"
Can I answer?
Go ahead, Chris.
If we keep every team we play at 20 or below, we're going to the Super Bowl.
Ooh, 20 or below and score over 20. Damn.
Woo! Think about it. It's a passing league, right? It's a passing league, right? So if we keep teams below 3 touchdowns a game, why shouldn't we be scoring 4 to 5 touchdowns a game?
Yeah.
Bro, I swear it's like you just opened the door in my head, climbed into my brain and said, that's the exact number I would have just steal from you right there and just said. Because that's like, I swear I was thinking like 20 points. I was like, these guys are going to let up 20 points again.
20 points.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I agree. That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. So, like I said, I'm so confident in this defense, man, and it's going to get better. I would definitely like to see Sam Williams have a breakout year this year.
That's another one we ain't even talked about. Man, Sam Williams, man. I think that's going to be one of those guys that we're going to see this season. We're going to be like, damn, okay. Now we got him too.
Yeah, and then you got Fowler coming back. We brought in the kid from TCU. Come on, help me with his name.
I forgot. I forgot. Gee, I know who you're talking about too. I forgot.
We brought him in. So man, these guys, these coaches are bringing in nothing but competition. We got what 6 to 7 tight ends. We got all these DBs. We got all these running backs. We got all these receivers.
G, can I ask you a question?
Yes, sir.
Because I know you will remember this better than anybody.
Uh-oh.
Do you remember when the Cowboys' defensive room was that deep? What happened?
You know what happened? Yes, sir.
In 1992,
yes, sir.
When the Cowboys' defensive room, they defensive line alone.
So, yeah.
When Leon Lett is sitting on the bench,
Tony Togan's in the
was sitting on the bench, bro. All right, dude.
Yeah.
Because my whole thing is the Cowboys are stacking talent after talent after talent. They stacking speed after speed on the edge and that corner. Dude, they got 3 safeties that will start on any team in the NFL.
Facts.
Okay. And you got the X factor, number 11, that you can line up anywhere on the field.
Oh, wow. That's so true.
That's so true.
Here's a good one right here, man. This is a good. See, we got competition linebacker. This is my guy, DeMarvion Overshown. Remember the name. And Larry G said if Overshown gets on the field before Jabril Cox, he's done.
Jabril gonna get cut.
Damn.
Because Jabril don't really play special teams. So, Overshown is gonna be able to play special. My hope that both of them make the team, bro. Yeah. Because I'm all about that Jimmy Johnson mindset. The more speed that we got on the field, the better. Okay, and both of them can move, man. Rube seen Overshown all 3 years at Texas. His only bugaboo was saying he missed too many tackles, but he got there. He was blazing fast. He would fill the hole. He'll run you down. You know what I mean?
Sideline to sideline.
He put on weight to get to that position.
But let me ask you this, Rue. Do you see him on certain blitz packages? All we want you to do is go. Is he built for that?
Field general. I don't want all that. I want him chasing down running backs. I want him shoring up the D line. I want him taking off attention so that Sam and Micah can eat. That's not his job. His job is to take the attention. His job is to clog it up so that those dudes can feed off the edge and eat. He's not going to be the one gashing you through the middle.
Well, Gary, this is another thing. We didn't bring back Barr at linebacker.
No,
so one of these two got to start. Okay, one of the two, Jabril or Overshown, got to start.
Well, you got to remember, we got Damone Clark.
But Damone. Oh my God!
Yeah, see, I'm talking about.
He
you forgot about him.
But he frustrates me, G. Let me tell you why he frustrates me.
Damone, really?
Damone frustrates me because y'all know I dogged out Leighton until and the reason I was dogging him out is because he wasn't a read and react linebacker. Okay. Well, when he got on the field, when Clark got on the field, he was doing the same thing, but worse. And it frustrated me because, man, the Cowboys got him because of his speed. And when that boy was at LSU, oh, my God, he was a tackling machine. And I was like, okay, we got a tackling machine. And when he got on the field, when Leighton got hurt, I was just like, shit, where's Leighton? Please, Leighton, come back. Right. I was calling for Leighton Van Der Esch. I was like, please, Leighton, where are you, Leighton? So
to fill that void this year, though.
Yeah, really, I mean, but Rue, you are so true.
In that room. And honestly, that's a great comparison. Overshown to Wilson. That is
yes.
Especially because of this position also. That's where Overshown came from.
So my question to you again, Rue. So do you think? So are you looking at Overshown playing a middle linebacker, outside linebacker?
He's gonna play in the middle. He's gonna play in the middle. That's where that's his comfort. That's where he stays. And the thing is too, he can drop back into some coverage too. Like he can do a little bit of everything, but he's not gonna be that guy. I don't think he's not gonna be your blitz package guy. He's not gonna be the guy that's going after the quarterback. If that's what you're asking. No, I don't see that from him. I see him being that, the chase down guy, the run stop guy, the coverage guy. That's what I see from him.
But remember, everybody was saying that Leighton was playing out of position. They said he was a better outside linebacker than the middle linebacker. So if we're gonna do that, I'm with Rube. Hey, put him in the middle. Let him do it, and maybe it will help out the head of the table.
Okay, one more. Here we go. Right here. Here we go. Z Money say, how many picks are you allowing Dak to throw? If he throws over that number, would you be disappointed?
I think that number correlates directly with touchdowns, but my bad. You go ahead.
I'm gonna give Dak 7. I'll give him 7. Mondo, what you think? How many are you gonna give him before you get disappointed?
Man, I'm gonna beat this clean but, that's a good number right there. I'm gonna go 7 too, man. That's a good number right there. I think if you throw over 7, you're like, damn, okay, here we go again.
Yeah,
it's kind of where you're just gonna be like, but it happens.
What you think, Chris?
Oh, come on, y'all know better to ask me this question, man, because I'm like this. 7 interceptions in a 17-game season. Come on, bro. You got at least. To me, where I'm worried is over 13, because his high before last year was 13.
Yeah, 13.
No, you're not listening. You're not listening. You're not listening. Before last year, his high was 13, and they won 13 games. So my whole thing is, you throwing interceptions. If we win the damn game, I don't give a damn. You can throw 20 of them out. I don't care. But my whole thing is, bro, if the W is the W at the end of the game, why does it matter?
I mean,
you won the game. Damn. I know it hurts y'all feelings, man. Y'all act like quarterbacks don't throw interceptions, man. Quarterbacks
no, I know, and they do. Well, yeah, that's part of the game. I mean, just like pitchers don't always throw strikes, so they give a home run. But damn, hey, you want your starting pitcher to at least go 7 runs. He can't give up 7 runs in the first inning.
Bro, you saying 7 interceptions in 17 games, bro? That's unrealistic. That means we running the ball every play.
You know why I'm so comfortable with that? Because again, I believe in Mike McCarthy putting him in position to where he will not be taking chances like that. Yeah. He will not be put in a position where he's going to have to throw in tight windows. They're going to create this offense to where it's going to create separation, not throwing in these tight windows like he did. So I say 7 I'm good with, because I think Mike McCarthy's going to do something here. But yeah, anything by 10, I'm worried. At 10, I'm worried. So,
can I say this real quick? I know we got to go.
Yeah.
But I don't want us to overreact if Dak throw over 10 interceptions. Okay.
No.
If he throw 10 interceptions and got 4,000 yards and 35 touchdowns,
are we good?
You see what I'm saying?
I was just waiting for somebody to say that. That's all I've been waiting to say. That's literally all I've been waiting to say. Because my number for him is like 7 to 10. 7 to 10.
Yeah.
Somewhere in that along those lines. I'd even take 11, because if my quarterback's throwing 35 to 40 touchdowns, if I'm 38 to 10, I'm good with it. You know? If I'm 35 to 10, I'm good with it. Especially if we're 12-3.
What you
or
know
13-2.
You're so right, but
12-5 or 13-4. I'm good with it at that point.
We won't see 10 interception because the reason why is, remember what Mike McCarthy said, we want to run the ball. So we won't see all those interceptions. We might not even see the 5 wide anymore. We might not see the 5 wide go deep and do curl routes.
I don't want to go away from what the new era is right now. I don't want to go backwards either.
No, I'm not saying that, but we won't be slinging the ball like, I don't think we'll be slinging the ball like Kellen was slinging the ball, because his mindset, we have to run the ball to rest our defense, so we'll see. Like I say, it's something to see, but we know that Mike do want to run the ball, so it is what it is. We'll see. But here we are. We are getting closer and closer.
Don't it feel good?
We're starting to feel. I'm starting to feel like
I gotta hype myself up right now.
Don't hype yourself up, bro.
I got the Parsons signature. You know how long this took me? Like all night, sweating in this Texas heat, West Texas heat, dry, hot, desert, sweating, places you don't want to sweat sometimes. But we got the signature.
That's what's up. That's commitment, baby. That's a Cowboy fan. Give it up for 21 Armando 21.
Can you do something, man?
That's what it is. Well, say, guys.
I saw your clip. I saw your clip from the NBC and all that from the local news. That was sick. That was really cool, man.
You can't miss him. You can't miss with the big hat on. You couldn't miss Armando. That was beautiful, man. That was beautiful. All right, guys. I guess we better wrap this thing up, man. We appreciate everybody stopping by, man, because we look like we got some folks that's in here tonight, man. And appreciate y'all. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you share the content. And make sure you subscribe, because this is what we do on Wednesdays. We come together and do this live show and talk about our Cowboys and in this Cowboy Huddle. And we just appreciate everybody being here, because, again, like I said, without you, we would not be where we are today. So we want to give it up for you guys that's following us, and also our social media groups out there. Dallas Cowboy on deck, Cowboys Fan 365, we them boys, Dallas Cowboy Insider. We appreciate y'all as well. All right, so we're going to get on up out of here, and we're going to make sure that we come back and get some more news that you can use. And we'll be reporting back to you guys on next Wednesday as well.
Get them up.
Yeah, make sure you hit that QR scan up there, man. If you guys are interested in getting your own the Cowboy Huddle thermal, and you can rock yours too. We also got them in pink, so go there and hit on the email address, and they'll take care of it. But like we always say, don't nothing come to a sleeper but a dream. So let's make it happen. Dallas Cowboys.
Cowboys.